we're a big distribution footprint, and we're programming for Gen Z. But naturally we stretch up to those that are aspiring and down to those that are aspiring, right? I think you have a psychographic change between the younger millennials who are in their very early 20s to the older Gen Z who are going to be graduating college in a year or so. And so marketers clearly like that 18 to 24-year-old demographic, or it stretches even beyond that. And you've got two types of temperaments within that. And so our strategy has been to program a lot of content aimed at hitting both of those interests. When it comes to branded entertainment, I think, again, the rule of thumb, you have to give somebody value. Like their engagement or their dwell time or the watch through is actually the reward for us producing something that's of value. And if that has a brand in it or doesn't have a brand in it, that sort of formula still needs to transpire, because it's very easy to swipe, click, get distracted. And so in order to ascertain that engagement, and I think a key metric on that is like watch through time, right? Because there's a lot of people, if you look at your own social feeds, that you don't like and comment on everything that you observe, and the things that you do observe actually garnered you to pause. We have a lot of mobile viewers on everything naturally, but when you pause as an individual on the things that capture your attention, there's a value. You're either having that with your friend, your mom, a publisher. It doesn't really matter. It's platform agnostic. And so those brands that can either come forward and say, hey, we are enabling this content, and now we're going to let you get in that experience and get that value, and or we're going to be into this content, but the value of the content is going to be so great that we're not going to disrupt it with a informational message. I think to bring it to the demographic point, the younger you go to the college, high school set, the 17 or 18-year-old does not want to be disrupted. They, you look at some of the ad duration formats, like we went from 30-second spots in television to 30-second spots on the internet to 15 seconds to now there are publishers experimenting with shorter forms, because the art of getting in front of your audience is one thing, but you don't want to disrupt them. And so I think, once you hit to the Gen Z, you cannot be interruptive all the time. You really have to add value if you're going to be a brand and you want to transcend them to actually encourage sharing, encourage engagement, or watch through the whole.
Younger people, even before millennials, they don't care about selling out, right? They're much more interested in the creator and the person that is bringing them the content. My generation, my parents' generation, they're a little bit more hesitant, right? Like they don't want, they see a brand and they're like, what did you do, right? Like this is now, I'm turning it off. So it's really, I think, knowing your audience and knowing the levels of integration that your audience are going to be comfortable with, so that you don't freak them out and have them go somewhere else.